Right. As predicted, here comes some very heavy rains for Australia. Good morning, folks. It's 10:01, and should be the 13th of September. And I got my appointment wrong. It's tomorrow. So, anyways, I've got this is the 10-day swath as shown by Access, and 5-day swath is that right? And they're saying the 10-day sweat, that icon goes, they're going to 5, and it's going hard down that corner again. I told you to watch what this is offshore. Could come in at any time, and I told that days ago. But I gave you guys plenty of time to tend to your flock, so to speak, and warn the other shepherds. And to stop talking blue in the face, because they don't want to believe this is geoengineering. They don't have to. It's not up to me to decide the realities that other lives in. And I pretty much, other than when they force me to do stuff, or tell me to do stuff, I don't have to deal with the reality. This is a pretty realistic swath because of the nature of the storms coming here. But this is not a realistic swath for what's coming here. Because it is. It's coming. They've already done newspaper you La Nina, right? If they say La Nina, that means they divert this. Then this comes down, right? And they ain't telling you. But I see it plain as day. It's there. All the dynamics are there. There's even the break right here to start backing up that moisture. And it takes a few days for the dynamics of that to get forced through the various vortexes in winds and such they can create in these islands with EMF and natural flows of wind. Okay? Hear the word natural flows of wind. So let's give you quick definitions right here, okay? Because everybody said I said cloud seeding, and I said no, I never did. So I'm going to go here to what is the definition of cloud seeding, and clearly states on all the definition it takes an existing cloud, right? It takes a cloud and improves its ability to produce rain or snow by producing tiny ice cube nuclei. And they're all saying the same thing. It's added to a cloud, added. Well, that's cloud storage of a different kind. It's all it's a clear. Even the definition of your act said so. It takes an existing cloud into clouds. Now, what is the definition of geoengineering? Geoengineering is the deliberate large-scale manipulation of an environmental process that affects the Earth's climate to attempt to counteract the effects of what they're saying is global warming. Right? In other words, they can make rain. Study an activity of finding ways to change the atmosphere in order to reduce global warming, but they chose it's weather manipulation. All you get here is the official excuses. But when you go over to, like, let's say, as I find this one here, geoengineering balloons, Paris. They talk about the geoengineering as putting stuff in the sky. If I go down here to 13, that wonderful page that seems to have this wonderful paragraph here that talks about putting stuff in the sky to react chemically, and they form clouds and inject aerosols, and you got things with cloud brightening that wants to put sea stuff in your clouds. And you want, what are your space-based mirrors? I want to show this a minute. Okay, fake sun people, the placement of 55,000 mirrors in random order, and they're not all going to be aimed at the Earth at the same time. Or the creation of a ring of dust particles guided by satellites at altitudes approximately too far for you to see what's going on. Let's be honest. You'll have to trust what you get from NASA and the various the ESAs and the he said, she said bullshit of it all. Cloud of aircraft. You see what I mean? You see where the mirror comes in? You got lots of these things going on, and you can go here and find all the nefariousnesses and the roles of sunshades and space as climate control, and look these things up. Okay, I'm just curious. Feasibility of cooling Earth with this cloud of aircraft. I'm very curious. Well, what's this one here? Chemical and micro properties of marine stratiform clouds. Oh, sounds like that would go over to whales. I'm gonna just find. Imagine that would be enough to get that. Gee, this is how I go over documents. And then I'll take it over here and I'll pop it into Google and I say, could paste. Bingo. Boom ball. And we'll see what comes. Oh, okay. Well, let's define this search a little better. We'll go goodbye, and we'll come here, and we'll just go for the document. Okay, there's let's credit the guy. Let's only go to here. Okay, because there's 2 studies here. See, and they cite these things to make validity to statement number 70, which would be this one here. Something here that says, when the rise bases of stratiform clouds shrink through the evaporation of about half their original size, increases in the cloud condensation nuclei increase the cloud droplet numbers. In other words, they can keep from falling. It can stop rain. How to decrease it? This enhances overall droplet surface area. So they're too small to fall, but they block the sunlight. Moreover, they can extend the longevity of the clouds. And you love this word, albedo. That's the number of a reflection, or how much sunlight comes in. And if it touches us, it touched you. All this stuff is touching us. So if I want to know what that one was, let's go over here and see what happens. Because I don't usually give up the first time that something don't go right. Aha. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, you just have it all. You gonna spy on me, just do it. I don't give a shit. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Let's see what they get here. Abstract. Chemical microphysical properties of marine stratiform cloud were measured at ridgetop elevation of 992 meters above mean sea level, AMSL. On Tenerife. Oh, they had a holiday in the Canaries. Yeah, we know what that is. During 1995, 1996. Is that when the Morgellons started showing up? The results of the inverse relationship between hourly average droplet diameter and droplet number concentration, which ranged from, excuse me there. Well, that's a big range. When they talk about a range of 116 to 1,355 centimeter cubed, negative cubed, because it headed the other direction of the albedo range. See, they love their math, don't they? Crunch those numbers, folks. Crunch the numbers. It always heads toward a guy called the Money. And he sits next to another guy. I think they share a desk. He's called, or maybe they're Siamese twins. One's called the Science, and the other's called the Money. So just follow the Money. Strong relationships were observed. You've read this now, haven't you? Derived from clouds, and also those measured in clouds 4 and 5 hours later. So they're doing something that can make you, the clouds spread out and not fall, like they said. Well, let's see what the harm was. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, we got some drawings. So they did it here. They sprayed you like a bug, man. Look what they did. They did it here. And all these graphics that said they did nefarious is the chemistry. So the cloud here means it's going to work everywhere else. GTFO, man. With an 8-barrel carburetor sitting on the sides of each one, single horns. Vroom, freaking vroom. Nitrate element and elemental carbon concentrations. Our word carbon, air tracking trajectory, so they learn where it goes. I can say June 27th, associated with trajectories, was patched over Western Europe. So they released something and it went over Western Europe, and the concentrations were studied. So you got a cloudy day in the middle of July, at the end of July, on 2 different years. One was in the middle, one's on the end. They decided no sunshine for you in the Canaries when you had your holidays. You should sue these people. There were no trajectories from Africa on the cloud sampling day. So they made sure they directed the winds away. I wonder if I can pull that up. 1995. I won't see this. Bear with me. This is how I do it. Cloud creation is different. Okay? So let's go 95. Well, they've been doing this a while, huh? They've been spraying this a while. They didn't deny it. I just supplied the guilt. This is just diving into those numbers that were on the bottom of that one document. I told you that document is loaded with more info than even I can go over all the time. Is this what happened? Did they take it all away? I've got to say that, and it has happened. Fuck. They took the data down. Oh, come on. Surely you got it. They said it was in July 17th or 16th. It should be right off here. Canaries. It's off the coast of Morocco and Africa. Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't think there's nothing to see here. I'm just going to piss some of you off. But during the Trump administration, he buried a lot of the data. He actually eliminated almost all the mimic data from the past, so we can't look through it. And it looks like the fingers have been in the pie again. I don't know who did that one. I know I can go to 9/11. Fuck them. You know what? I'm ticked off. But nah, I'm going to stay on topic. So they actually did it, and then they took away any pictures of evidence of the experiment other than look at this drawing. And they said it went this way. Look, and here's the plume path. They can calculate where these plumes go, is what this document is showing me. That they could spray something here in the Canaries, and they could make it come over to you in Canada. They could take it and push it into a storm here. They could take it and make it come to England. Over here looks like in the Wash. There's a Wash we chem there, and they brought it over the HARP stations and such that's over here. It's the Scandinavian Space Fence, that's called. And they got lots of devices, and yeah, so they're showing you they can predict the path of these plumes. Exactly where they want to put them. Number 9 goes to Brass. This one just go to this hurricane. This one goes to that. Send this into the dust down there that's going. This is not cool. Not cool at all. And the document shows it. Showing it. Oh, wait, we got some pictures. And here's their boom plumes, chemistry and microphysics and marine stratus. They could call it stratus anyhow, but you know what? They're straddling the line of decency and morality when they do this. This is a deployment. Sampling sites. They put that up there. That's a square forms. They were a bit rounder back then. I have to point that out to myself. Putting a big square down here. It's been going on a long time, but I hadn't even was looking at the skies up then like I do now. Well, that's not a very good image of something. 25 pixels were extracted in each image. They don't want us to see something. I have to say, that's not a very definitive image to use in a document to prove something's healthy for us. And that's what they use this for. So that's what I'll say about that. Chemistry, what are they checking? So y'all have to excuse me while I go through this part. Okay. So they're looking at the concentration levels of what they release versus of the amount of raindrop per their formula. See, they're not saying any particular chemical or anything. They're just talking the size of the droplets. Okay, let me make that clear. I'm not making any wild claims about that here. All I said when I went up here is I seen things listed before that we showed you. The names of other chemicals clearly said that before. I've showed it. Unless you take that one down too. This one talked about the titanium dioxide. This one talked about it as well, and sulfur. You know, that's not silver iodide in the air. Okay, don't tell me that's all that's there. I just can't. How much do they want? Back then they only wanted 5 trillion. Only 5 trillion. They're signing away trillions. This is the first time I ever signed a T on a check, said Donald Trump, but don't even know his own name spelled with a T. Right, and he did never-ended chemtrails. I heard that again at me in my wall today. So I wanted to point that out. It hasn't stopped. You can look through all of this. You can find this yourself. This is no special, nothing found in a copy machine. You can go out there. This is a SIGGYonline.org document. Number 111 web.pdf. SIGGY space paper space then number NO period 111. It's oneness for us to know these things, I think. And you got to help look to it. What does Greenpeace know? Is Greenpeace pushing geoengineering? I think so. So we push some iron that rusts in the ocean. You know, rust never sleeps. Neither do I, and neither does the gilt. You know, what about the nutrient cycles? Yeah, exactly. And I don't have time to read through that to you, but as you can see, there's so much to go through, so many things to look up. And no, you'll have to go find it yourself. You do your own homework. It's your life to live. It's your opinion to have. So please, go make an opinion about this. Look at that. This is what they say could happen. Are you hearing any warnings at all other than over the next 3 months you're gonna have a lot of rain? I've already told you that. So let's go to what's going on now. I think that's more important. I go toward a forecasty thing. So right, as predicted, this is coming over. That went there. This comes there. And this is gonna come a bit quick. It should be here by a day. Here comes the particle animation. Winds are feeding in this direction and flow in that direction. That's going to cause more of a spin as it runs into that line. So expect a low to form just by the dynamics of fluid motion and viscosity of fluid. And what the mix changes the viscosity of water. It's not just pure water. As a matter of fact, if it was pure water, there'd be no lightning. Because water by itself in its pure form doesn't conduct electricity. You have to add something to it. That'll blow your mind. Have that. What? Yeah. How's pure water up there? Never. No, it ain't. Look at this. See it? See it come over the middle? I was warning you. Is this coming over the double? Yeah. You can see that coming the other day. Is it going to stay straight line? Where's the pressure? I might have to determine that on the day by the viewing of the chem that they're using for the geoengineering of this storm. I got fact checks that I said cloud seeding. No, sir, you owe me an apology. You need to learn the definitions of words by law. Okay? Slander me not. But I felt like maybe you were agreeing with me and used kind words, so I'll merit badge that one. Let's see. Well, we got a bubble up in progress. Got the low coming down. Where's this moisture coming from? Oh, have it from the tropics, folks. And they're going to split it over here. Bring that down here then. This one here is kicking this direction, causes a cut in the flow there. This continues to back up. Momentum of the river behind it is containing. That has already got a gap, so that's free to be pulled in. What's the beams look like? I need to plan it on this one. I can't do it from just one. More country won't do it. I gotta see what's behind. Come on, Higgins, keep up with me. I'm gonna tease you forever, man, because you're still getting paid. And how about the Oz Cyclone people that says you can't talk about what the definitions of things are? Right? I just showing you. I don't charge subscriptions, but if you feel like supporting my work and find it of value, I welcome it. I have aspirations for the incredible equipment. And looking at a 42-inch telly from too close is not easy. But a few weeks out of country is probably going to be due. But I already have my studio over there, and this will be over here, so I ain't need nothing on that. Oh, yeah. Look at the beam right here. All right, let's do the zoom bit. We got a good timestamp on this? All right. Let's see if we can stop it. Stop. Should be about there. He's done this before. 4, 5, 6, 7. Beam starts. All right. Hello, Alice. No. Have they got that new collider running already in Melbourne? Usually takes 2 devices to make a big pop like that. Give me a minute to read this. It does the jump when I do that. 2 hats it is. Okay, well, we got a timestamp. Let's get it back up. So if you want to support my work, that's really cool. If you keep bullying me, people, I'm gonna find where you live. Some terrible things being said about me. I'm a recluse, by the way. I'm just reading what they're doing. You have to give me a second. This is bad, actually. Bad for you guys up here. They got 5 chops in the river. Look, they're already cut. This'll spin, that'll. Oh my, they have a big vote coming or something. I've never seen this many spinners going at once. You got 1, 2, 3. This'll fold back to feed that. That'll be 4. This'll come up into here. And then as it rotates, it's rotating that direction, it's going to kick up and over. Something's got to come here and go high. Something has to come here and like a wheel, that direction. So they'll have to heat that. So there'll have to be a beam there and to kick that down this way. And then they cut it here with this. So the beam for here hasn't happened yet. And this one will kick down. It'll kick down in this direction. Because this is right on the equator. Stranger things can happen. The kick down on this happens up from the heat. This direction here. And from here, you ready? She comes here. So this is an in and over and down. And it cuts. And it also propels a line. Okay. I've got a beam cut right here. Look. Gonna have to jump so we watch eyeballs. Oh, it's gonna let me go back. That's definitely a beam swath right here. Yeah, so you have more than likely a ship, because I don't see any nucleation down there, and there's no known devices in the area, and there's a lot that can do it. We'll just speculate. One of the floating platforms is doing its work, and there are some in private hands. So all we could say is we see the signature of a beam in the river of moisture. This is the river. This is the only river. Anything that comes off here is a little stream, a little brook, or I call them tendrils of moisture. And there is a lot of it here. And I think it's coming your way. Let's see. Yes, it is. Let's give 120 hours. I want to see the full motion of this. If you guys are expecting a quick show off of me, so did I. But, you know, that's determined by what I see. Yeah, but I kept telling you how to support me, but I never gave you a link. Still ain't. Yeah, it's starting to heat up flow. You see how it's turned that direction? That's a fold. That's going to slingshot out of there like David's rocket toward Goliath. Where's Ace and Ascend it? Path of least resistance. Look for the nudge. There's a nudge. She's going that way. Up, in, over Alaska. So you'll get snow off that probably in about 5-6 days. Here's a pulse coming of moisture now. So you can expect some really heavy rains coming from up that direction. See the beam right there? Look. Look. I see something. Like it's supposed to be a secret or something. You know, if we don't show what we see, does it go not seen? Do you want to add to what is not seen? Well, we can't be not seen and not seeing things. S-E-E-E-C. We gotta say, because Muggsy says say here, say. But too many busy-ish people are shutting up. Look at this whammo. Alright, Taipei's kicked off, and it's definitely moving it up into China. Have it right along the rivers again. I told you it was going there. Who debated me on that one? But my guy says it's going up here. I'm glad your guy said that. That is why I don't watch other people's weather forecasts. They might taint my reading of this image to give you a forecast. And wouldn't that be cool if I just did your whole forecast with this one image? And I can. Actually. Because I can see the pressures from here. Look at the little white dots there. Those are bombs. So let's see. If I see a field of bombs in this, I'm going to go find it. Right, the field of bombs is off Esperance. Doink. There's some bombs right there. I saw Joe was glowing in the dark to me. Right, where's the coastline here? Gonna go to the coast, man. Just so you know where you are, I'll put a few cities and roads on. He just went right to it. Well, okay, I seen a bunch of bombs going off over here. Right at the end. Right here's a bunch of bombs going off. So something is deployed into this mass. Boom! See it all come out at once. Slingshot it. Because this shows the moisture over the land. So there was a sudden creation of cloud, right? And the creation of cloud is geoengineering. Okay? Making it from nothing. Then this can occur. Okay? You have to have the cloud first. So what makes this storm? We know what comes first in between the chicken and the egg of this question. So the causation has to be this first. So don't ever say I say otherwise. And your cloud seeding you're showing me is very low altitude. You show me this, even a Learjet, they're near 60,000 feet on their max altitudes. And that's pushing it. They usually operate around 50,000 feet, 55,000 feet. Less air resistance, they could go faster. Okay, let's see what's going on in this picture here. So, let's see just how bombastic they've been today. The boom, 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 and the bomb, bomb, bombs. It's all we ever get from you. Can boom, 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 can bomb, 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 and Adelaide's sunny days go through. Ooh, boom! Wake up! Smell the coffee. It's well roasted in the microwave. All right, let's stop. Okay. So what's going on here? Bomb. Oh, it's not letting me do my thing. How about now? Yep. Well, let's see. These are not those nice Bob Ross puppy happy clouds. We just have a nice round cloud here. No, it's not. These are chem bombs. This is sickness mix. This is a seller of asthma season and a chem bomb asthma and a blamer of a global warming that's being warmed by a microwave in water. If you put microwave on a cold cup of water, is it going to get hot or cold? Yeah, right. If I have to tell you that's going to get hot, I think this is beyond my help. The face of the dragon. I have to imaginarium this a bit. With the wings and the north wind, the south wind blew. Boom! And the fire came out of his mouth like a big bomb breath, and it came over the top of the Adelaide Mountains there in the square form, and the streamers of it. You guys got some kind of an air show going on out there where they're flying in a formation, because that's what that would look like. On the low deck and the high deck, the same type of deployment going on. This one went previous, because its direction is going that way, and that's not just a shadow. That's the shadow nose of the shadow government, and there's going to tell you some lies like Pinocchio. Joe Petto in the White House, carving your future. And you guys got your own problems to defend too. I'm telling you, what a sick world. I've never seen so many faces in clouds before. I'm used to seeing, round puffy nicenesses. It takes a lot of geometry and straight lines and brushstrokes almost to do this, and that's what it looks like, brushstrokes of chem in the sky, to create the clouds that can then be modified, manipulated, and moved. Boom, boom, boom goes the plume in the bite, making an unbelievable formation. What in the hell is that? That's geoengineering. That is not cloud seeding. Don't ever say I say it. I've been telling you about geoengineering for years. You can cloud seed a cloud that's there. All right, this ain't like planting a seed in your yard, and the corn grows. No, the children of the corn are walking in the sky, and a healthy future doesn't usually promise well when that goes on. As they toxify these oceans with these animals, with the geometric formations of these suddenly appearing all at once. Those are chem bomb, folks. Get your head around it. This is higher up in the atmosphere than those planes fly. This cannot be cloud seeding. in the conventional terms that you're used to thinking about. Something new is going on that needs to be fully disclosed, and ask for permission of this whales out here that I'm pointing at, because there's going to be one there now, because I pointed at it. Know it. There's a whale right there, and it's beautiful. And a white whale washed up upon these shores not too long ago. And when the sacred animals wash up dead upon your shores, it's not boding a good tiding for humanity. But humanity will do something about this. Are you going to be part of the humanity of it all? Humane beings like the whales are humane. A dolphin is humane. It might rescue you and put you gently up toward a boat or a shore if you was drowning. But would they do it now if they knew what we were doing to them? You see what I'm pointing at? Yeah, I'm following a chem-bomb line. This is what I do. In a quad 4 square formation suddenly appearing out of nowhere. You go look at this yourself on the Bureau of Meteorology. With the government of Australia's site. It's a new cloud called the asphyxiatus saw cloud, the asphyxiatus. Transhumanatus asphyxiatus clouds. Breathe it in, have it, whether you like it or not, because you didn't get off your ass to stop it, and you hadn't done it yet. I've been done everything I can. What could we do, Robert? I don't know what you could do. I'm doing everything I can. We got to get people talking about it, and talk about it rationally and honestly. Tell them there's a difference in the definition. Don't show bunk. When there's plenty of real stuff you could show, visible evidence. Show these documents that come from the United Nations and government halls. That's what people need to see. Because I can dang sure. Or send them to me. A circle gets a square. Hollywood squares. And the circle gets a square. This is just bad. Bad. I'm going to have a sip of a drink, turn off some of the pressures and the particle animations, and I'm going to roll tape. I'm going to go with this one first. I'm going to have to roll a couple of them because their forecasts are wildly different. You know where you live. Let me see if the weather plan shows me anything big. It's got to spin a second vortex, come right through the strait. Has to. Downward flow coming down the coast. Has to pull it through. Venturi effect. Here it comes. Yeah, it has to. Comes right through the Hobart stall, so it turns on. Oh, I could read plans too. And Harvey Bay, where my whales are, looks like you got some moisture coming that day. Before the Rock'em Sock'em robot comes down from the north. The north's where yours are coming from. What's going to hit here comes from up here, excuse me. What hit here comes from up here. What hits here comes from here. In the middle gets the moist tropical air and the cold meeting it along a boundary, probably about through here. That trough that collects the cold air I keep talking about. And they know how to send it in there. Oh, that's bad. Hang on a minute here. All right, well, what was that? What in the sevens? All right, they say that day. GFS says that. Nothing. Access says nothing. Icon says nothing. Okay, so it's possible on that day they're going to start working the moisture down. That's what I wanted to see. That's just a storm coming through. Not unusual in the tropics in springtime. That was a mighty beam-shaped thing. Okay, so we'll keep rolling. Not unusual for this time of year. And you get some good flows off this here. Oh, the whole coast springs up. We can expect the whole combination of it all. Yeah, so here's where your event begins. Saturday. Says when this moves down and hits that, you're fucked. That's the combination that I'm worried about. So whose cold air is behind it? So they have to cut this off and send some of this up like this. Watch. Have to. Got to keep this cold. So to move it across like a hockey stick, like a stick, and now it's turned into a club, and you're not in it, and well, you take the club back, and you boomerang it because it's an Oz now. Da, 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 da. When are you going to use your boomerangs correctly? I hear they're very good on the speakers. Like a speaker that emits sound that could burn people. So if they think that's a sound weapon, that's a microwave. So, yeah, microwaves can be considered a sound. Can you hear it? You'd make your dog scream. Sometimes I got to S Superman's not coming to shore, but Superman's believing this is natural. New Zealand gets the remnants of that one. And let's say about Monday or Tuesday, they're going to beam it down. This must be the forecast that says you're getting squanto. It's impossible. I ain't buying that. Bullshit. I say bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on their forecast. See? See how I do this? I'm not agreeing at all. But I could definitely agree with what's going on today. Yeah, come on. When the 14s are right there, you got chance and lows, man. That's going to give you. Nah. Nah, I ain't buying this. So that means they're going to drop something cold down. These two fight each other. And the bubble up stays here. Bloop, 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 bloop. And the bubble up comes here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, what other bloopings we got? I feel like the Jupiter too. Bloop, bloops, bloops. Remember that one? Bloops. Bloops was cool, man. But when I got older and I looked at Bloops' hat, I realized that I was given the same thing with the Cowboys and Indians. Inappropriate outfits we were given to play Wild West. With the cap gun, which I always loved the way it smelled. Yeah, the smell of the cap gun. Who knew that later on in life the cap gun will be put in our mouths by the government? A different kind of cap on the end. What a shame. How many blows you got over the top? They're going to drop some real cold shit on you that day. That's impossible. Come on. If you're next to each other like that, oh, GTFO. Yeah, okay, this is where you head into the realm of they don't want you to know what your forecast is going to be, and that's a shame. So let's just concentrate on what's going on right the next few days. The next 5 days, I already told you he was going to get a smack. So just believe it. You're going to get a smack. So shall we go over it again? Why not? I can't believe they deleted that data from 95. And go ahead and prove me wrong, because I'll go look through the executive orders if I have to show you. But really, it should be hidden in your Q drop somewhere. If you assemble the letters just right, you might even spell your own name. Or find the word common sense. Who knows? That's up to you. Hey, the system didn't crash this weekend like they were saying. It didn't happen. Now, they moved the date again. The ever-moving goalpost of Q. The ever-moving goalpost of Q. The goalpost is moving, but the storms keep coming, and we know that it's coming for you. Not cool at all. As we go through the day on Wednesday, over the next 36 hours, you get the big storms coming through the double wubbo and into the big trough. And the trough is getting pissing it down in the trough. Lots of lightning and thunder going between the Broken Hill and Burt Chem-Bomb corridor. And the Chem-Bomb corridor nucleates a lot of them David Bowie, Starman, Bizarre Man type of weather, lightning bolts. And that's moved a little in a weird direction there. We had a bump north. And Maury. And it might not calm down before it gets to you. And they decided not to show Liz Moore at all what was going on during that hour. Hey, no weather for you right then. Hey, I'm sorry. No weather. Oh, yeah, they're getting you on the border, man. They've crossed the line again. Hey, Paul, man, they're not doing too good judge this by your song. If you ain't heard Paul Seal's Hold the Line song, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Go out and buy a copy of it and support my boy. Yeah. I'll put some pressure on you, man. Make you go mail some records out again. Oh, no, CDs. Or do they just download stuff these days? Hell, I don't know. All I know is I'm proud of you, man. Icon. Now that's a hero. I just sit here and do freaking forecasts. Hey, Brisbane, looks like you're going to get a bit moist. 21 degrees of moisture. Yeah. How many different shades of gray do you need? Go outside and look at your sky. 50 shades of, oh my freaking God, man, here it comes. It's just another chem bomb settling down. Boom, 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 boom. The chemtrailing over every town. Beep, beep, beep. I'm showing my age a bit here. Did somebody go a memory lane on that one and remember their parents and riding in the back of the Rambler when we used to be able to not have seatbelts and jump around the car? Yeah, but we still always said, are we there yet? I think that's the only last thing we have in common. Later on, we'll be looking at Johnny Cabot. Hey, Johnny, are we there yet? And they hit you with a beam and you fall asleep. They just hit you with some gas. And they give you a virtual trip. Mystery trip. Load you in the simulator. Who knows where this whole AI is headed? Some of this stuff proposed. People want to put chips in their head and then make themselves an avatar. But I tell you what, then to see this kind of stuff, I feel a bit like an avatar now. And we need a little bit of more concentration on Ewa from the movie and swaying under the tree sometime for the sake of someone else instead of ourselves. Because the squareness formed by these chem bombs right here is as blatant as you can get. This is all chem. Look at this. Really. Guy comes back from his mission. He goes, "How's the weather? How's the weather, Gunny?" "It's a cluster bomb, fuck, sir. Total cluster bombs." And I could do that. 1, 2. I'd lose count. I'd have to take a still image sometime and really blow it up big, and to count all the chem bombs in here. Maybe someone that's as OCD as me might be able to do that for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chem bomb clusterfuck. This is terrible. That's just that. And then one of them fizzes out, another one comes, and it fizzes out, another 4 goes. Look at this patch there. Did you see that? Nothing was there, and then it's back, and something's there. We keep it cloudy, keep it cloudy, keep it cloudy, keep it cloudy. Own the weather, own your days. Take your sunshine, take your vitamin D. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. How much more are you going to take? I'm not going to take much more. Big love. Peace.